Особенно у вас. Все переворачивать по-другому любят.
So here's the vodka bottle. Hello and welcome. Another Beers and Burial Grounds episode today. We are in the northeast area of Moscow. I've just left the metro station and I believe the first memorial that I want to see today is pretty much right in front of me. And I'm so excited today because I'm going to visit a Soviet-Afghan memorial. And yeah, it's the first time I've ever done something like this. It's through these trees here. Or so I believe. But yeah, I'm so excited because my knowledge on this conflict isn't the best. I have very minimal knowledge, and the first time I was aware of this conflict was when I watched a film with my father called The Beast, where Soviet soldiers were retreating from Afghanistan. And I believe the first memorial is in this park. So I do have the vodka from the last episode in my bag today because I am looking for a pub, you know, to toast afterwards this time. But, you know, if I can't find one, we have the backup trusty vodka in my backpack. So, yeah, one thing I didn't think about prior to making this series is the fact that I like to start my day early. I'm going to get attacked by some pigeons here. They're too interested in the food, but yeah, I start my day early and I didn't think that, you know, I'm going to be having to drink alcohol early in the morning, so probably not the best idea. I believe it's like 10:45 right now. So one, a bar probably isn't open, but two, I have to, you know, drink alcohol. I don't have to. We found it as I'm talking. Wow, this is really interesting. Again, I have to calm down a little bit, be a little bit quiet because I tend to get a little bit excited. And I believe that the sculpture, I guess you could say, is of three mothers representing the fact that they're crying, or I'm not sure what that's necessarily meant to say, but it's an interesting monument to say the least. They have the cross, Christian cross in the middle, and as always, a Russian flag with some flowers. I'm not sure how this video will be perceived because I know this is still, it's not new like in terms of conflicts, but it's also not too distant to be still impactful today. Like, people living in Russia today probably still have some family members that perhaps were there. And I believe here we have the names of the soldiers. One thing I have to say is I believe that this monument is only dedicated to, I guess, Muscovites, I guess, that served in the war. And you have all the different ranks. I'm not sure what Ryadovoy is, but sergeant, lieutenant. We have a captain down there. So this is a 10-year conflict from 1979 to 1989. It's always so interesting walking around these monuments. Someone left a really cool comment on my previous video on, well, my previous Beers and Burial Ground video, about that if you want to toast to the soldiers, the alcohol that you use, you pour it on the ground, which was quite interesting. So I might do that.
Ну да. Но вот он, почему он и не верит тем, он хочет сам убедить своими глазами. Посмотреть. Удивляются. Как это? Вы англичане,
Да.
и сумели приехать узнать историю нашу. Как вашу. Вот почему тебя заинтересовало? Говорит, блин, да не может быть, почему он заинтересовался?
Ага, почему?
Хорошо бы знал бы он бы, хорошо
А.
бы, чтобы он увидел своими глазами, хорошо бы.
Ага.
Но вот я ей говорю, вот это хорошо, потому что он сам смотрит здесь.
Ага.
Не кто-то говорит, а говорю, он сам. Особенно у вас, все переворачивать по-другому любит. Все, давай.
Отлично, спасибо вам
Удачи,
большое.
всех благ.
Da-da. Well, there you go. Just spoke to a veteran. Oh, I spoke to him. I understood a little bit. A veteran of the Afghan War. Now, the translation, as much as I didn't understand, will be put on the screen from Kat. So, yeah, very interesting. I saw him in my peripheral vision as to where I was walking. So, yeah, very cool. Did not expect that at all. Yeah, very interesting conversation there, although I understood very little, and I'd love to ask him more questions, so it's just another reason as to why I need to improve my English, man. My Russian. So I have to do that, because I could have got some really insightful information. So I will do that next time. I'm definitely, that spurred me on. That was the moment that has made me want to really like take my Russian to the next level. The guy was saying he was in Kabul. What the actual... That is just awesome to hear. Obviously, it's probably not a nice experience what he's gone through, but yeah, it's starting to rain now. It's starting to rain, it's starting to rain. And do you know what, as I'm making my way to the museum now, these videos don't get a lot of views. In fact, these videos are the ones that perform the worst on my channel. But I love it. I love making these videos, and I'm not going to stop because I genuinely enjoy making these videos. So, yeah. And look, one thing I've just thought of about that interaction. He's a veteran of the Afghanistan War. He has his hat on with the Z, or the Z. And, he knew I was an Englishman, no problems. Trapped me, you know, he was respectful. So this whole myth that Russians are disrespectful, or you should be cautious around them because you're a foreigner, especially from the West, it's bullshit. If anything, if a person was going to put me in danger, you could argue that would be the archetype, the Russian archetype that would put me in danger. He's a patriot, he's an ex-veteran, a Russian veteran. He probably has an idea about the West and what we think of them. But I was fine. I was absolutely fine, and he was kind. He helped me where to go to the museum. He double checked with his friend, he called his friend, and there you go. Don't believe all the lies you're told. Oh, a splash. I'm still getting a splash now. Don't say it, Tommy. Russian health and safety. Don't say it. Don't say it. Russian health. This would never happen in England. This health and safety. Look at that. The dude coming on the bike. There you go. So, Yandex is telling me the museum's here. But as you can see, I don't see a museum. So now I understand as to why that man was trying to help me, because probably it's hard to find. The thing is, this museum is small. It isn't very big. I think it's just maybe a couple of rooms. So it shouldn't stand out to us, or to me, sorry. Or to us, you're coming with me. So yeah, no idea. This isn't the right place though. This is a shop in front of me. Right, so the museum is in this building. I just don't know where to cross. Where do I cross the road? Spasiba. Spasiba. Oh shit, gotta jump across here. Ugh. Mate, This is such an adventure, man. There's just holes everywhere, look. It's fun. It's closed. I'm gonna ring it. Ой. Здравствуйте. Один билет? Пожалуйста. Ага. Одни деньги, like, извините. Понял, спасибо.
Вы откуда приехали?
Я из Англии.
Англия?
Англия, да.
Ну, понятно. Сейчас, одну минуточку. Англичанин приехал. Про Афганистан что-то знаете? Про Афганистан?
Я не знаю много.
Не знаете?
Это почему я приехал.
А англичане сколько раз были в Афганистане?
Ой, еще раз. Я буду понимать,
Англичане были в Афганистане 4 раза. 1800.
Oh, blimey, sorry, yeah, wow, okay. Я не знал это.
Англия.
Англия, Афганистан. Wow, я не знал, I didn't know that.
Не знали?
Вопрос?
Англия и Америка поставляли афганцам оружие и бомбы против русских.
Это да. Было такое. Еще Италия, Франция.
Ну,
Германия.
НАТО.
И еще Китай.
Китай, да?
Китай сейчас везде всем помогает.
So, the Soviet-Afghan War. Often called Russia's Vietnam, the war became a deadly guerrilla nightmare for the Soviet army. Despite their superior weapons and technology, the Soviets struggled against determined local fighters in harsh mountain terrain. It seems like a boogie place for no matter who goes there. Official numbers state that over 15,000 Soviet soldiers were killed and hundreds of thousands more were wounded or traumatized. So almost everything inside this museum are real artifacts used during the brutal conflict. And one of the most moving sections in this museum was this wall of portraits of Soviet soldiers. And in the middle, there's a mirror. And essentially, you're looking at yourself and being put in the shoes of one of those soldiers that went to Afghanistan. I thought that was quite a clever, nice touch. And in this region of Moscow, they suffered the heaviest losses of any district in the capital because so many young men from these neighborhoods were sent to fight. And I was told that a lot of students from schools in the area are brought to this museum, and you know they're told that these soldiers here played in the same schools, in the same parks, and lived in the same houses. And none of them expected to be sent thousands of miles away to a war at the end of the 20th century. In this museum, there's also ID cards of the Mujahideen, even personal notebooks, and especially one notebook here contained details of, well, illustrations and instructions on how to use captured Soviet weapons. And I was told by the man in this museum, who was a veteran of the war, and he said that the Mujahideen were far from just simple farmers picking up guns for the first time. He said they were clever. I was also told that the Mujahideen also became masters of improvised explosive devices. For example, they would put mines inside toys, books, and even cassette players. And sometimes Soviet soldiers would perhaps enter a house and press the cassette player to listen to a song, and the next moment, well, it detonated. And here you can see the man's giving me a British Enfield rifle, saying that this is a original rifle that was found in the possession of the Mujahideen. And obviously I'm an Englishman, so he's saying that directly to me, because it seems like since the start of time, if Russia is in Afghanistan, we, meaning the English and Americans, we're supplying weapons. And if the English and the Americans are in Afghanistan, for example, well, the Russians are supplying weapons to the Taliban. But overall, this museum stands as a sobering reminder of a long, bloody conflict that claimed thousands of young Soviet lives and ultimately played a major role in the weakening of the Soviet Union. I could get a beer, but I think I'm just going to drink some of the vodka, to be honest. I hope these Gooseville shawarmas are tasty. The more time I spent eating this, I actually enjoyed it less. So that's upsetting. I thought, why not come back to the park where it all started? And I think I'm going to do 3 toasts. So obviously I met that veteran in the park. I met another veteran in the museum, which if you didn't understand, or if I didn't put it in there, the person that greeted me at the start of the museum, that's his museum and he was part of the Afghan War. So yeah, so that's 2. And then I'll do 1 more, a 3rd, for the rest of the soldiers. I might have to rethink my strategy for alcohol consumption, because it's not ideal doing this at 12 o'clock during the day. Yeah, change of strategy. I'm just going to do 1 swig of vodka, and I'm going to find a bit of a secluded place to do that because there's lots of people walking through here, and I just don't want to seem disrespectful. And in fact, now it's probably the best thing that I'm not going to do this, because some girls are laying some flowers and so on, so it's probably best that I don't. Here we go. Let's open it and just do 1 swig up. Cheers. New strategy on the next video. Please check out all of the other Beers and Burial Grounds episodes that I have on my channel if you haven't already. It's just starting to rain here in Moscow. Thank you very much for watching. Hopefully you learned something. And see you on the next one.